my background. I'm not going to speak too much about my story because I want to give you a real experience today and pack in as much as I can in terms of the breath work and mindfulness that we're going to be practicing. So without further ado, I think I'll get cracking. I just want to make sure that you've got a nice space where you are, where you can sit. Remember to put your phone on Do Not Disturb. You may want to have some tissues handy. I know that with this weather, we start to be a little bit bunged up, and we really want to be breathing in and out through our nose for the first part of this, particularly for the first part of this session. And you may also want to have a blanket and some space to lie down. So what we're going to do is I'm going to lead you through some breath work, and Warren touched on how he has found breath work to really help him, and I have too. So I want to guide you through some of my favorite techniques. We'll do a little bit of mindfulness. I'll teach you a couple of meditations that you can kind of do on the go. And then we're going to do a more relaxing guided meditation with an autumnal theme. So we're all starting to wrap up. So I'm going to touch on that a little bit later on. So let's just arrive together. Feel free to cast your eyes down or close your eyes completely. And perhaps set an intention for the next hour, whatever that might be for you. And my wish for this session is that you allow yourself to be open-minded, be present, and to be kind to yourself. Mindfulness is about paying attention to the present moment on purpose with no judgment. And I invite you just to take notice of that little internal commentary that you've got as we go through this session. And if you find yourself being a little bit mean to yourself, just correct that. Take it easy, give yourself the benefit of the doubt like you would a friend. So beginning with bringing your attention and your focus then to your breath, the natural relaxed breath that you've got going on for you right now, not changing it in any way, and just noticing where you feel the breath in your body. That might be really obvious for you around your nose and your upper lip. Or you may feel the breath further down in your body, in your chest. Maybe you sense it in your tummy. And just noticing the quality of the breath that you're taking right now. And there's no right or wrong to this. I'm just inviting you to be curious. Is your breath fast or slow? Is it deep or shallow? Noisy or quiet? Is it laboured, maybe more jagged this morning, or is it smooth? And as I said, there's no right or wrong. You're simply noticing. And I'd like you to expand this awareness now away from the breath into your whole body. Can you just clock what you can feel right now in your body? Maybe with the breath, you can feel your clothes shifting against your skin every time you breathe in and out. Perhaps you can feel the air on your skin, or notice the light and shade behind your eyelids. What about the weight of your body sitting on the chair or the earth? Can you tune in to where gravity is doing its job and all the little pressure points are created, where your feet may be resting on the ground, your arms and hands resting in your lap? Maybe you have got the weight of glasses or jewelry, watch on your wrist perhaps. And again, we're just tuning into the body sensations, inviting a curiosity to your whole body, the sensations on the outside of your body and the sensations on the inside of your body. Maybe there are familiar sensations, but maybe there are sensations you've never noticed before. Is your tongue resting gently on the roof of your mouth? Are you aware of your tongue resting on the back of your teeth? Is your mouth wet or dry? You sense deeper down in your body, perhaps your ribs shifting, the breath. Maybe there are little niggles and aches and pains. Can you allow them to be here just for this moment and not push them away? I invite you to expand your awareness again to other things that are happening in this moment. The thoughts running through your mind. Can you just allow them to be there? And perhaps try not to get too tangled up in them as we bring curiosity to the mind. How busy or quiet is that superhighway right now? What about emotions that you might be feeling? And just exploring, being gentle, seeing what comes up, not pushing anything away. Even if there's an emotion here for you right now that you'd perhaps rather wasn't here. We like to have an opinion. I'm inviting you to be an explorer and not a judge right now. What about the sounds? Sounds coming from inside your room, including the sound of my voice. All the sounds coming from outside your room. And there may be fragrances, smells where you are. You may notice the temperature of the room that you're in. All these things, all the body sensations, all the thoughts, all the emotions, smells, all of it, all part of this moment. Can you experience all of them? And can you accept them for how they are without wanting to change anything? As human beings, we always want something to be different. But in this moment, can you accept that this is how it is? And I invite you to consider that in this moment, all is well. And we're going to take the focus back to the breath. And I'd like you to breathe in through your nose a little deeper than usual, maybe a little sharper, a little quicker, to enable you to exhale and really start to focus on that exhale. So we want the exhale to be as slow and long as possible. And as long as your exhale is longer than your inhale, you've got this right. So with this breath, making the exhale longer than the inhale, this is a breath that I always start with to allow the body to take it down a notch or two, to invite it to rest. And you may think, well, Kate, it's only 9 a.m. But I wouldn't be surprised if you've already woken up to an alarm. Maybe you've spilt some coffee. Maybe the work emails have started coming in, the messages, all the plans for the day. The busyness starts the minute we're aware, the minute we're awake. So allowing your exhale to be longer than your inhale, you're triggering your parasympathetic nervous system. You're inviting the body to enter a more restful state. And just relax into this breath. Allow the in-breath to be whatever you want it to be and really ride that out-breath. Let it take its time. Let it wash over you. Relax into it. And if you're new to this, it may be trickier to allow that out breath to be longer when you're breathing out through your nose. So you might want to breathe out through pursed lips. So imagine you're blowing through a straw. This has a few benefits. Firstly, it automatically slows your exhale down without you having to think about it too much. Secondly, it makes a wonderful sound of the sea, which I love. And thirdly, it's great for facial toning. Just a little added extra. So you can breathe out through your nose or out through these pursed lips. And when you breathe this way, regardless of what your mind is doing, your body is going to be reacting, your heart rate is slowing. The stress hormones in your brain, the adrenaline, the cortisol, those levels will be reducing. This enables the body to be calmer. We spend a lot of our time in a busy state. We don't allow the body to rest. And when that happens, the inflammation in our body is higher. That leads to a lot of health problems. And also our immunity is affected. When we don't rest, when we don't take this time, your immune system is not going to be as functional as it could be otherwise. So just enjoying these last few long, slow exhales. And when we invite this more restful state, you might be getting a little hit of oxytocin, of dopamine, feel-good hormones. And just very gradually and in your own time, allow your breath to return back to its natural rhythm. Where do you feel it in your body now? What's the quality of this breath in this moment? Can you get the sense that one of your nostrils will be working harder than the other one? Our nose has over 30 functions. It takes longer to breathe in and out through the nose because it's got so much to do. And the sides of the nose alternate in about 90-minute cycles. One side will be working slightly differently to the other. Maybe you can sense that air on the walls of your nose. Maybe on the back of your throat. And I'd like you to move your attention and your focus now to the pit of your stomach, maybe even your tailbone, the base of your spine. And I'd like you to imagine that your breath is starting in the pit of your stomach. It's just your natural rhythmic breath, not doing anything special. But on the in-breath, that breath is traveling from the pit of your stomach all the way up to your nostrils. And on the exhale, you're breathing all the way down to your tummy. We're just going to watch this breath. The idea of watching the breath is thousands of years old. I want you to experience this idea of the breath rising in your body and then breathing down into your tummy. Don't worry if you can't actually feel the breath in your tummy. Send your intention there, send your mind there. This is sometimes called fictional breathing. We're very used to breathing through the top parts of our chests, very shallow breathing. So just inviting you to imagine that your tummy has full play in this breathing technique. Breathing up to the nostrils, breathing down. And watching the breath in this way, maybe a color comes to mind, maybe a light or shade. This in itself can be a meditation. Allow your focus to be on this breath, making its journey, and watch this journey. And when you get distracted by a sound or a body sensation or a thought, just come back to this journey of the breath. And I'm going to explain the next breath we're going to do. It's called Durga breathing, but I like to call it ladder breath. So what we're going to do is we're going to imagine that this breath is starting at the pit of your stomach, but it's going to come up in 3 stages. So on the same inhale, you're going to breathe in up to maybe around your tummy button. There's going to be a little pause. Then on the same inhale, up to the chest, another little pause. Then up to your nose, another little pause. You can dwell as long as you like at the top. And then back down, stopping at the chest, little pause, stopping at the tummy button, little pause, all the way back down to the bottom. So ladder breath. It encourages us to slow the breath even more. You can make the length of the breath whatever you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. There's no forcing. You may just notice that your breath isn't in a rush when you reach the top of the exhale. It's not desperate to breathe out again. And when you get to the bottom of the exhale, your body's not desperate to breathe in again. So just allowing this ladder breath to be here right now. And studies have shown that when we slow the breath, we actually take in a lot more oxygen than we might do otherwise. And I mentioned that we breathe a lot through the top parts of our chest. We breathe in a shallow way. It can take years off your life, but it also may mean that your oxygen intake is only about 50%. When we simply slow the breath, that oxygen intake can go up to 85%. When we breathe in and out through the nose, the air is being warmed and dehumidified and filtered, ready for our lungs. It also means that the air goes to a particular place in our brain. That doesn't happen when you breathe in and out through your mouth. And of course, when the body gets more oxygen, it's going to work better. One of the side effects of having a regular meditation practice is that your breath does slow. You might stop taking 18 to 20 breaths a minute and go down to 12 to 15 breaths a minute. Not only does the body work better with more oxygen, but you sleep better. What a great side effect. And inhaling with these little steps, this ladder. On your next exhale, allow the exhales just to be smooth. So taking that ladder away. On the inhale, keep the ladder. Exhale, allow it to be smooth. A couple more breaths like this. And then we're going to allow the exhale to be smooth as well. So you're back to the breath that you started at, watching as the breath starts at the base of your spine, moving up to your nose on the inhale, breathing down on the exhale. And I'd love to take you through a small round of box breathing, just because people say to me that this is a go-to breath for them. So in this breath, again, we're going to be breathing in and out through the nose if we can, the mouth only if we need to. And we're going to inhale for the count of 4. We're going to pause for the count of 4. It's just elongating the natural pause that's already there in your breath. We're going to exhale for 4, and we're going to pause again at the bottom for 4. Now, don't push yourself. This shouldn't feel uncomfortable at any stage. Know that millions of people have done this breath before you and lived to tell the tale, but equally don't push it. Trust that your body knows what to do and listen to your own body. Please don't elongate these pauses if you're pregnant, or if you know you've got real issues with blood pressure. You can just breathe with us with an inhale and exhale of 4 to my count. So keeping the eyes closed or cast down, we're going to inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. 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 And a couple more rounds in your own time. So your own count. Maybe you want to shorten the count. Maybe you want to play around with making it longer, maybe 5 or 6. Doing whatever feels good for you. Absolutely no rush. Going to meet back at the natural rhythmic breath. Breath that takes no effort from you. When you get there, invite it in and rest. Taking this opportunity to notice what's here for you in this moment. We haven't done that much breathing, but can you tell the difference in what you can sense in this moment? Maybe doing a little scan again of your physical being, this thing we call home. How does your body feel? What about your mind? What's that doing now? What emotions are here for you? And as we sit with this natural breath, let's do a 5-minute meditation with you. All the things that you noticed about the present moment will continue to be here. They don't go away. You'll be aware of them. Don't push them away. Allow them to be here. For the next 5 minutes, I'm going to invite you to focus on this natural rhythmic breath and try not to get too tangled up with all the other things that are also here in this moment. And this is the part of the brain training that we do to allow ourselves to come back to the present moment quickly and easily when we need to, when life gets a little hectic, when you feel overwhelmed, coming back to a place of power in the present moment. So adjusting your position to make yourself as comfortable as you can be. We're going to start to count the breath. So in breath 1, out breath 2. In breath 3, out breath 4. All the way up to 10. Then simply starting again at 1. And this is it. These are the instructions. This is simple. This is breathing and counting. You also have another job to do. When you notice that your mind has wandered, wherever it's gone to, whatever distracted you, just begin your counting again at 1. There's no limit to the amount of times that your mind might wander away. Or you get distracted by a sound or a body sensation, whatever it might be. There's also no limit to the amount of times that you can start your counting again at 1. Your mind might wander 1,000 times. Doesn't matter. What's important is that you bring your focus and your attention back to your counting with no judgment, no opinion, without beating yourself up. Remembering to be kind, changing that internal commentary if you notice that you're being mean to yourself. Every time you have to refocus, that's when you get the little press up for the brain. You're forging new neural pathways. You're retraining your brain to be able to stay where you want to put it. This work is brilliant for focus and concentration. Not trying to get anywhere, not trying to achieve anything or feel a certain way, just breathing, counting, maybe relaxing, bringing your attention back every time your mind wanders. No judgment. Notice where your mind is right now, and if you need to, begin your counting again at 1. Very gently, starting to become aware of the edges of your body again, maybe introducing some movement back to the body, just taking a moment in this place, maybe to reflect on how that was for you. Did you find yourself regularly getting to 10 without your mind wandering, or did you not reach 10 at all? Maybe you reached 13 a few times. And just really remembering that this very, very simple meditation is extremely beneficial And the key is to be kind to yourself. You'll notice all the thoughts that are telling you maybe you don't want to do this. They have all sorts of internal commentary. Coming back to the breath again and again and again. That's when the work happens. And perhaps recalling the intention that you set at the beginning of this session. We're going to do a longer guided meditation now. And the principles are exactly the same. So I'm going to invite you to relax, but I want your mind and your brain to stay alert. And when you notice that your mind has wandered, coming back to the sound of my voice, following the instructions that I give you, it's exactly the same workout. It's just a slightly different technique. And you might want to get cozy wherever you are. You might decide you want to lie down. Now's a great time to lie down, get your blankets out. Just notice your body. If you're now moving into a lying down position, if you want to lie on your back, you might want to put a cushion or two under your knees, just to protect your lower back. Even if your lower back doesn't feel any pressure in this position, it's quite nice to have those cushions underneath your knees. And noticing where your body has contact now with the earth or the furniture. Notice where you can feel the air in your body. Where can you feel your breath now that you're lying down? If you've changed positions, it might be a lot easier to notice that breath in your tummy. And taking a deep breath in through your nose, wherever you are, and just sighing out through the mouth. Breathing in deeply through the nose, sighing out through the mouth. And this meditation is going to have a bit of an autumnal theme, and the big theme in autumn is this idea that it's kind of a time for letting go. A bit like the trees shedding their leaves, we can let go of old thought patterns, old routines and habits that we don't want to hold on to anymore. So be open to whatever you experience. Listen to the sound of my voice, follow any instructions that I give you. Try and stay awake throughout the whole of the meditation. Try and keep your mind focused and aware. But if you want to let go and slip into a different sleep state, it's completely up to you. This, after all, is your time. And this session is being recorded, so you can come back to it as many times as you want. Just allowing yourself to surrender to this moment. Know that you don't have to hold on to any of your body weight. Know that you have the ability to identify tension anywhere in your body and to let it go. Just feel held right now. Feel held by the surface beneath you, but also feel held with the group that we're in. We may have people in the group we've never met before, but know that we're all doing this together. We're all lying here, we're all breathing together. Imagine your body sinking into the surface beneath you a little more. And we're going to invite the body to relax. And I'm going to invite you to imagine that there's a bright white light above the crown of your head right now. And that white light is extremely soothing. It's incredibly relaxing. And that light is going to filter its way down through your body. And as that light touches on the body parts, I want you to take your focus there, and I want you to identify tension and release any tension that might be there. So starting with your scalp, notice what there is to feel here. Maybe there are loads of sensations, maybe there are none. Just relax the crown of your head and your scalp. Relax your forehead, unfurrow your brow. Relax the sides of your head and your ears. Relax the back of your head and allow it to be heavy on the surface beneath you. Relax your eyebrows. your eyelids, your eyeballs themselves. Allow them to be heavy in the sockets. Nothing for them to do right now. Relax your nose, soften your cheeks. Allow all expression to fade away. There are no social obligations on you right now. There are no expectations at all. Relax your lips. Relax your jaw. We hold on to a lot of tension in our jaw. Just let go of that. Relax your jaw. Relax the whole of your face. Relax the whole of your head. Be aware of this light beginning to touch on your neck, back of your neck, sides of your neck, your throat, but also the very top of your spine, into your shoulders. Relax all the muscles that join your neck to your shoulders. Relax your collarbones. Relax your shoulder blades. Relax your chest cavity from the front to the back. Relax your upper arms. Relax your armpits and the sides of your body. Relax the whole of your upper back. Relax your elbows. Relax your ribs as they curve from the back to the side to the front of your body. Be aware of your ribs expanding with each inhale, gradually softening with each exhale. Allow your whole body to soften with each exhale. Relax your forearms. Relax your stomach. Relax your liver, your kidneys, all your internal organs. Relax your hips. Relax your hands. Relax the back of your hands. Relax the palm of your hands. Relax your thumbs and each of your fingers. Relax your pelvis. Relax the whole of your lower back. So every disc, every muscle, every vertebra in your spine is now stacked and relaxed and heavy on the surface beneath you. From the base of your spine to the base of your skull, relaxing into your upper legs now, into your thighs, into your buttocks. As that light makes its way down through this part of your body, into your knees. Relax the back of your knees, the sides of your knees, the top of your knees, inside of your knees, and beginning to relax your lower legs now, your shins, sides of your legs, your calves, relaxing your ankles, and relax your feet. Relax the soles of your feet and your heels. Relax the top of your feet. Relax your big toes and each of your toes. Relax each of your feet. Relax your legs. Relax the whole of your body. Know that there's nowhere else to be right now. There's no one else to be. You don't have to be any of those roles. There are no jobs to do in this moment. There's no to-do list. There's simply relaxing and resting in this moment. And in your mind's eye, picture yourself surrounded by beautiful autumnal trees. The most beautiful colours. And I know you've seen these colours recently. So savor that picture in your mind's eye now. Have you really had time to immerse yourself in these beautiful autumnal colours this year? And perhaps in your mind's eye you're in a wood that's familiar to you. Or maybe a garden or a park. Or maybe somewhere in your imagination. And the weather is fine. The sun is catching on the leaves of the trees. And they're every shade of red, orange and yellow. And when the sun shines on them, it's as if there's fire dancing in the branches of those trees. It's magnificent. And as you wander along in this place, leaves are falling all the time, landing softly and gently around you, adding to the carpet of leaves that already paves your way. You know the exact sound of those leaves as you walk through them. Perhaps in your mind's eye now, you're kicking the leaves up. It makes you smile. You know the exact smell of the leaves and the trees, the smell of autumn. Somewhere in the distance, you can smell a bonfire, and it takes you back, reminding you of the past somehow. And you want to feel that sunshine on your face. Wherever you are in your mind's eye, find a place to sit in the sunshine. You allow that sunshine to creep over your face and warm you from the outside in, that gorgeous autumnal sunshine that we're so fortunate to feel on our faces fairly regularly lately. But again, how often have you actually savoured that feeling? Savour it now. Take in the breathtaking colours that surround you. And the season of autumn is significant for us in lots of ways. And in autumn, the growing cycle gives us a ripeness and a maturity. And the harvest time is associated with abundance, with wealth and prosperity. And we as humans, we experience an autumn too. If spring represents new birth and childhood, and if summer symbolises youth, then autumn represents adulthood and maturity. And the falling leaves symbolise a change. And even though they're brilliant in colour, we know what's soon to follow, and that is winter. And autumn can bring a certain melancholy. We must prepare for endings. Our symbolic human autumn of maturity must prepare us also for a winter. This includes the aging process. Ultimately, that includes death. But it doesn't have to all be about sadness. We can think of endings as the ultimate renewal and as a kind of letting go too. This time of year, we can turn our attention inwards. We can look to our inner egos and patterns of behaviour, and we can let go of destructive attitudes. The very idea of letting go stresses the temporary nature of everything around us. When we know that nothing is permanent, we can recover from difficult times a lot more easily, smoothly. Witness this moment, this present moment, as it changes for you. Sounds are changing, the thoughts are changing, the body sensations, everything's changing all the time. And allow yourself to be comforted by this, not worried. Change is how we grow and learn. As you sit in this park or wood or garden on this sunny autumn day, take a moment to feel the breeze as it moves across you. Leaves get caught up in it and they're swirling around you. So you just sit still in this place with life happening all around you. Watching and feeling as this autumn wind clears out any old doubts that you might have in your mind. Let this breeze take away any fears, any insecurities, anything you don't want to hold on to. trust it all to Mother Nature. Let the breeze take them away. Autumn also signifies preservation and reconnection. When winter approaches, animals store food and they create cozy hibernation spaces. And we preserve the harvest and we retreat indoors too. We stop wandering and we stay home. We have a kind of nesting of our own at this time of year. And we tend to look emotionally inwards too. We can reconnect with ourselves and those who are important to us. We can let go of people that we no longer feel we need to be connected to. Friends happen for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Not everyone stays in our life for the whole of it. We can let go of things that no longer serve us too. We can think about all the choices we've made and all the options that are still open to us. So many options all the time. Allow these trees to hold you in nature right now. Allow these trees to guide you in this. They don't care that they're dropping their leaves or that the weather is changing. They have no opinion on the continual nature of change. By their very nature, they have to embrace it. Allow yourself to embrace this moment now. See if you can surrender to the cycle of change. Make a conscious decision and decide what you want to let go of. Take time to reconnect with yourself and consider what is really important to you. Let's take a moment to express gratitude for the sheer number of choices that we have available to us and the endless opportunities that are ours for the taking. Sometimes it may feel like we have no choice, but we always do. Even if that choice is simply how to react to something. This sunshine on your face is still warm and bright. Listen to this autumn soundscape. You know that it will soon be time to go inwards for the winter. A real chance to reflect and to stop wandering. Know that there's a place inside you, deep inside your heart, that you can always go. It's calm and it's peaceful and it's home. Come home to yourself right now and come home to yourself this autumn. Use it as an opportunity for reflection, to decide what you want to let go of, to celebrate your choices, and to embrace this continual change. And just allow yourself to dwell in this moment a little longer. This time of rest. Let's celebrate this opportunity to allow a more restful state. This kind of time that is so important for our physical bodies and also our emotional well-being. In a few moments, I'm going to be inviting you to bring movement back to the body. So just savor this moment of stillness. Let yourself luxuriate in it. Remembering that there's nowhere else to be, nothing else to do, nowhere else to go. This is your time. And very slowly and gradually and gently and really kindly to yourself, introduce some movement back. And I'm not going to guide you in this. I want you to listen to what your body wants and move your body however you want to move it, whatever that includes. Do whatever you want. And if you are lying on your back, coming to lie on your right-hand side, maybe making a cushion for your head with your hands if you need to. And just breathing in this place. You can keep your eyes closed or cast down. We're going to take another deep breath in through the nose. We're going to sigh out through the mouth and do that a couple of times. Breathing in deeply, filling up the whole of your body with that inhale. And letting go on the exhale. Let's do that one again. Breathing in completely. Letting go entirely. And I'd like to close this morning's session with a poem by Sapphire Rose. It was written a few years ago. It's called She Let Go. She let go. She let go. Without a thought or a word, she let go. She let go of the fear. She let go of the judgments. She let go of the confluence of opinions swarming around her head. She let go of the committee of indecision within her. She let go of all the right reasons. Wholly and completely, without hesitation or worry, she just let go. She didn't ask anyone for advice. She didn't read a book on how to let go. She didn't search the scriptures. She just let go. She let go of all the memories that held her back. She let go of all the anxiety that kept her from moving forward. She let go of all the planning and all of the calculations about how to do it just right. She didn't promise to let go. She didn't write about it. She didn't put the projected date in her diary. She made no public announcement and put no ad in the paper. She didn't check the weather report or read her daily horoscope. She just let go. She didn't analyze whether she should let go. She didn't call her friends to discuss the matter. She didn't do a 5-step spiritual mind treatment. She didn't call the prayer line. She didn't utter one word. She just let go. No one was around when it happened. There was no applause or congratulations. No one thanked her or praised her. No one noticed a thing. Like a leaf falling from a tree, she just let go. There was no effort. There was no struggle. And it wasn't good and it wasn't bad. It was what it was. And it is just that. In the space of letting go, she let it all be. A small smile came over her face. A light breeze blew through her. And the sun and the moon shone forevermore. So whenever you're ready, there's no rush at all. Coming back to a seated position. And come back to your screen if you want to. And we do have a little bit of time. We have a couple of minutes. If anyone wants to ask any questions in the chat group, please do. And as I said, the session was recorded, so you can come back to this as many times as you want. You could just come back to the relaxation part if you wanted. But I love this idea that in autumn, just like the animals going into their nests for the winter, we kind of do the same thing. And it's a great opportunity for reflection. And especially with our businesses, the end of the year can be really important to do a kind of little reflection of how your business has been throughout the year. Someone taught me that a few years ago, and I've really enjoyed that process, but also personally looking inwards, looking at the things you want to let go of, looking at the choices you have, how you want to grow. And some of the meditation, thanks Claire, some of the meditation suggestions during that guided meditation are great points to journal on. Who are the people that you don't really feel like you need to be connected to anymore? You know, what about your internal ego? What's going on for you? What do you want to let go of? What are the habits that might be disruptive to your personal life and your work life that you want to let go of? And journaling can also be really, really powerful. And it doesn't need to be anything special. You could just write a question on a Word document and type about it if you want to. You'll find things come up when you allow yourself time to let thoughts come up when you're pondering a question. It's great, it can take you all sorts of places. So you can probably tell I'm a big fan of that. So do dig in this autumn if you get the opportunity to do that.
Brilliant. Thank you, Kate. What a great way to start the day. Yeah, a wonderful kind of relaxing start and a way just to get more present in the moment, and yeah, and beautiful autumnal meditation, and just that theme of letting go and what kind of the autumn season means to us. For me, I'd never done the ladder breath before, and I found that, you know, just great. So that's a new technique for me. So thank you, Kate.
I like that. And you can have as many rungs as you like. You might want to have 5 or 6 rungs. Totally up to you. 3's easy to start with, but you can mess around with that one.
Yeah, so I love that. That was something new for me. So thank you. And I think box breathing is brilliant. I think there's times when I just need to bring a sense of calm, feeling slightly overwhelmed or under pressure. I think box breathing always for me just brings me back to the moment. So that's a fantastic technique that I'd recommend to anybody on this webinar today. And so thank you for talking us through that as well. I hope you've all enjoyed this morning's breathwork and meditation session with Kate. Kate, thank you very much.
Thank you, my pleasure.
If people want to connect with you and learn a bit more about you and what you do, where can they go?
Yeah, they can find me at katehughesmeditation.co.uk or social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Kate Hughes Meditation.
Brilliant, thank you.
Thanks, Warren.
So to wrap up, so just some thanks. Firstly, thanks to BCP Council. They provided the grant funding for the BCP Business Festival, so really appreciate that. It's enabled us to host all of these events as free events, which has been great. We put in our time as a team on a free of charge basis, but all of the third-party costs have been covered by BCP Council, so thank you for that. We've got sponsors in Inspire and also the Bournemouth Echo, so thank you to them. And thank you to Kate, but the last thanks goes to those of you that have joined us this morning. Really appreciate you taking the time out to be more mindful, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that's enabled you to start your day in a more meaningful and calm way. And have a good day, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Great, Susanna. Thank you. Thanks, Warren.
Thank you.